before you begin with the grief counseling process, sorry, not grief counseling, this will be a part of grief counseling, but before you begin with the hypnotic process to work with grief, you want to sit with the person and figure out what in their life after the loss is valuable enough for them to live for. And you want to figure that out before you start the hypnotic process of grief counseling or grief therapy. Okay. Now, in most cases where someone has passed away, especially if it's a loved one, the bargain is the children. That my partner passed away, whatever has happened, I may be in immense grief, but I still have children to look forward to. And if I also go through a major trauma, then what will happen to my children? So in most cases, it will be the children. In many cases where children are not there, it may be work. That while I'm really feeling lost and empty because of the passing away of my partner, my work, my business depends on me, and that business is responsible for the families of multiple people. So I need to get back on my feet quickly. When these two are not cases, you will have to find something else. In some cases, it can be, so for example, if someone does not have children because they're too young and their partner has passed away, then it will be parents. That if, while my partner is gone, I have my parents, they are getting older. If something happens to me, then who will take care of them? But there has to be some bargaining chip that you need to help them figure out before you begin with the hypnotic process. Am I clear till here? And this you will do through conversation. Any questions on this?
So can that bargaining chip always be like another person, or can it?
Can it?
Or can it also be like, for example, that because like my higher self or potential self, what all can I be? Something like that.
It can be. It could. The point is, it has to be something that will want them to focus on their life and get their life back on track. Right? This is also one of the reasons why you will notice a lot of people who lose their loved ones to a fatal disease will end up creating an NGO or working with an NGO working in the same area. That my partner passed away with cancer. I don't want other people to suffer because of that. And therefore, I want to create a cancer foundation. Or therefore, I'm working in a cancer foundation if I don't have the funds to create one. That's my way of ensuring that others don't suffer the way I suffer. So you just have to help the person by asking them questions so that they can tell you what is in their life they want to live for. Is this clear till here for all of you?
Yes.
Yes.
Next, once you know this, what the bargaining chip is, then you go through the hypnotic process. Now, the hypnotic process is basically, it's basically a more elaborate hypnodrama. So first, you will ask them to imagine themselves in a room of their choice, where they feel completely safe, completely comfortable. And in that room, ask them to go back to the time when they actually realized that the loss has taken place, when they heard the news for the first time. So if it was a breakup, when the partner actually came and told them that I don't want to be with you. If it was a death, then when they actually heard the news of death and they saw the final rites and so on. So ask them to remember that moment where at least a part of them realized that the loss has taken place. And ask them to mentally replay that part over and over again in their mind. They're literally reliving that memory over and over again, because when they relive it multiple times, it's impossible for a part of them to continue to remain in denial. They've seen it so many times. How would you know that the denial is going away? Because the moment they keep replaying it 4, 5, 6, 7 times, there would come a point when they'll get very angry. Why are you making me do this again and again? That tells you that they've transitioned from denial to anger. How could he leave me? What will happen to our children? Didn't he know before dying? Couldn't he have been more careful? Or why did I not take enough care? I should have protected him or her. So you will notice that anger coming up. The moment that anger comes up, ask the person, who is that anger towards? Whoever they call, that this is the anger towards. It can be towards themselves, it can be towards the person who passed away, it can be towards God, it can be towards therapist, it can be towards anyone else. Whoever they're angry towards, invite them into the room and help them vent out. Remember the venting process that we did with hypnodrama? Just speak and share and vent out everything that you're experiencing.
Okay, so the release will happen here.
Correct.
In the place where loss has taken place.
Correct.
Okay.
So after denial is over, they start getting angry. That's the place you invite the other person and you help them let go of that anger through expression and venting out. Now, once they start releasing the anger, there would come a point where you will notice that their posture would change and they would say, you know what? I have told what I have told to the other person. Well, how does it all matter? What's the point of living now? They will say something like this, which will be like they're now getting into that sad, depressed kind of a phase. The moment you notice they're getting into that phase, you will remind them of the bargain. And as you realize that you've vented out that anger, that you've expressed yourself completely, and you begin to ask yourself that question, what do I need to live for? What is the point of all of this? You remember that this is what you want to do in your life. That's the reason why you need to know the bargain. Because if you did not know the bargain, after this, the client will slip into deep depression and it will be very difficult for you to recover after this. And this is one mistake that many people make when it comes to grief counseling. They try to bring people out of sadness without really giving them what is the alternate. Or at least they try to bring them out of denial without really giving them what is the alternate. So the moment they let go of the denial and the anger, the most obvious thing after that is depression, deep sadness of loss. And they don't know what to shift their focus on because they don't have a bargain available for them. So the moment the anger is expressed, vented out, you immediately want the client to remember the bargain. And in that bargain, you have to then tell them, so let's say children were the bargain. So tell the client that now you notice that as you went all of this out, you have your children that you want to look forward to. Those children need you. You will, as you bring them, and as you notice yourself paying attention to your children, going out there, working hard to be able to bring up your children in the best way possible. You notice your children growing up, and as they grow up in future, you realize how proud you are of your ability to be a single parent and be able to bring them up the way you've brought them up. You notice how a lot of them, your children are basically dedicating their success to you because of all the effort that you have put in. So you're really making them visualize a future where their ability to move their focus from the loss to their kids today and focus on the children's life or the bargain going forward in the future has really transformed something big. Right? Once that has happened, when the person is feeling good about themselves in future, anchor that feeling. Bring them out of the state so that they're feeling completely good, completely comfortable, at least as good as they can in that state. And now that they know that they have to focus on the bargain, now you will go into the task. Maybe you'll go into the soft skill, where you will get into the future. What kind of a future would you like to create for yourself or for the bargain that you have to focus on? What steps do you need to take for that? And then you will go into a normal process. So the only difference is in grief, you will have to do probably this entire drama before you do the soft skill. Because without the drama, the client will not be able to do the soft skill. So the steps will be: first, have a conversation, find the bargain, then do the entire hypnodrama bit customized for grief, and then move into soft skill so that they can apply that bargain into action.